What is up, everybody? What's good on a Monday? Purple and Gold podcast. Monday, February 9th. We made it. It's game week for LSU baseball. 4 days away from the first pitch between the Tigers and the Milwaukee Panthers on Friday at 2 o'clock. We will recap the weekend that was in LSU sports, and we will have a little bit of a recap of LSU's remaining and last scrimmages. That hay is now in the barn, and now we begin our look ahead to the season. Tomorrow we will do our SEC preview, and Wednesday and Thursday we'll get a little bit deeper into some season predictions, some more stuff with the schedule, and how it all is going to shake out for LSU baseball in 2026. Trying to win back-to-back national championships for the second time in school history, and trying to be the first team since USC in 1971 to win 3 out of 4. It's going to be a challenge. We can't wait to cover it all and talk about it and watch it. Little bit of a recap of the Super Bowl. Seahawks smashed the Patriots 29-13. Congratulations to former LSU Tiger Anthony Bradford on getting his Super Bowl ring, and he now has the national championship ring and the Super Bowl ring. It was a tough night at the office for Patriots offensive tackle Will Campbell. Former LSU Tiger was really beaten badly on a bunch of plays. I know he tore his MCL late in the season. I don't think he was fully healthy. I think he had hit a little bit of a rookie wall, and I think he was facing a bevy of the game's best pass rushers in the playoffs and the Super Bowl between the Texans, Broncos, and Seahawks. You won't find 3 better defensive fronts anywhere in football. However, it would be interesting to see how the Patriots view Will going forward. Do they think about kicking him inside the guard, where maybe he might be a little bit better suited, or was he just playing injured, and do they keep him out there at left tackle? I mean, he did play rather well the first part of the season, and he did get hurt kind of late and came back kind of quick. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Keishon Butte had, I think, 1 catch. Kaylavon Chason had 1 pass rush. Just wasn't the Patriots' night. And congratulations to the Seahawks and Anthony Bradford, their second Super Bowl in franchise history. I also wanted to take a quick second here. I meant to do this yesterday in the Super Bowl preview, and I omitted this shout out. I just want to say congratulations to Drew Brees. First ballot Hall of Famer, greatest player in the history of the Saints franchise. That's not breaking news. And, when Drew Brees and Sean Payton got here in 2006, they really changed this franchise for the better forever. And Drew probably should have had a couple of other Super Bowls, if not for the Minneapolis Miracle, the Nola no call on down the line. We don't need to rehash that. I'm sure there's plenty of Saints podcasts that have done comprehensive deep dives on that. But really a shout out to Drew Brees, and congratulations to him on making the Hall of Fame. LSU's men's basketball team, tough loss on Saturday night at home to Georgia. Blew a 15-point first half lead, got the doors blown off in the second half, and played again without the injured DJ Thomas in front of a sparsely populated PMAC, and vibes are just not good right now. LSU a home game tomorrow night against John Calipari in Arkansas. Not good right now, and certainly an uphill climb, I think, at this point for LSU to get back into any sort of contention, and maybe an uphill climb for Matt McMahon to keep his job. We'll see what the appetite is for a change there at the end of the season. The Lady Tigers bounced back with a convincing win on the road against a bad Auburn team. LSU didn't play very well first quarter plus. They played good on defense, but didn't play very well on offense, but they turned it up and got the win. They will have no midweek game here. They actually play on Saturday night, so it's number 6 LSU now in the updated poll against number 3 South Carolina. Valentine's Day night in the PMAC College Game Day. Will be on the concourse doing their show live before the game. That's going to be a raucous environment. Certainly no love lost between this fan base and Dawn Staley in South Carolina. No love lost between yours truly, and Don Staley. LSU softball team won all 6 of their games, started out 6-0. Had a nice walk-off comeback win on Saturday night. Jalea Lassiter hit a walk-off homer to beat NC State. They'll be back in action on Thursday in Clearwater, in the Clearwater Invitational against some really good teams. I think they play Oklahoma State Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. But congratulations to Beth Torina and the gang for starting out 6-0. LSU's baseball team did finish up their remaining scrimmages over the weekend, and we'll touch on a few things here. The big story for me was William Schmidt. I believe he went 5 1/3 innings. He struck out 11. I know that. Had a rocky first inning. Again, control seems to be his only issue. But once he found it, he looked every bit like the guy who turned down $3 million out of high school to come to LSU. And as I said on the pitching preview podcast, and again, if you listen every day, thank you very much. And if you want to go back and listen to that on YouTube or on Instagram and Facebook, I'm sure you can certainly find it easily on YouTube. We talked about this. This is LSU's best group of starting pitchers would be for William Schmidt to be in it. I'm going to talk a little bit about this in the bold predictions, but I know Kason Evans is making the move from reliever to Friday night starter. That hasn't always fared well for guys, and you think back to Zach Hess for LSU. Dylan Volantis for Texas is trying to do that this year. As Wrigley barks as somebody's at my front door. And, it would be nice if William Schmidt, Cooper Moore, and Kason Evans could round out your weekend rotation. But if Kason Evans falters, William Schmidt would be the guy whose talent could translate to a Friday night in the SEC. As we've talked about, LSU has 5 games in 6 days. They play Milwaukee Friday, Saturday, Sunday, play Kent State on Monday, then play another game on Wednesday. So all of these guys in the mix, they're all going to get a chance to pitch. The guys who are competing at second base and DH, they're all going to get a chance to play. We're more talking about for down the line, but it was a great outing for William Schmidt. In terms of the second base battle, Seth Dardar had a really nice weekend. I believe he's probably the most complete one of the candidates, but we will see if he starts on opening day or if LSU chooses to go with the returning player in Tanner Reeves. I also think Mason Braun has firmly established himself as the left-handed DH, if not just the DH. But again, other guys will play. Mason Braun had a tremendous weekend. 4 more hits, a couple of different days, hit a ball hard. One of the ones that didn't go for a hit, but it was the hardest hit ball of the day. I'm going to give you on Thursday what I think the opening day lineup should be, but Mason Braun would be my opening day DH. There was a little bit of an issue with Cade Arrambide. He fouled a ball off his foot on Saturday. They stopped the at-bat. He came out of the game. However, he was there at DH yesterday. He was running the bases, so hopefully LSU avoided anything serious there because Cade Arrambide, their starting catcher, is a player they cannot afford to lose. Other than that, Stephen Milam was racking up hits and RBIs and played well. The offense really had their way with the pitching staff yesterday. It was the starting offense minus like 1 or 2 guys, and they ran LSU relief pitcher Danny Lockenmeyer actually started. They ran him out. He didn't even finish the first inning. They had to call that inning. I think LSU is primed and ready. I think they're ready to face some different pitchers. I think they're ready to face a team with a different uniform. And I think Jay alluded to it, that this was right about the time he thought, he didn't need another weekend of scrimmages. This was going to be it. He thought they would be primed and ready. LSU is going to have a fan fest on Friday outside of Alex Box Stadium. You can take your picture with the national championship trophy. I'm sure it'll be a very festive avenue. Yours truly will be in attendance for that. Looking forward to opening day. So that'll do it for today, for today's episode of the Purple and Gold podcast. We'll be back tomorrow, SEC baseball preview. And then later in the week, we'll get deeper into the weeds on my LSU predictions. I'll have some bold predictions. We'll make possibly even an Omaha 8, and we will cover it all, and we will do it all, and we'll be back also to talk about LSU basketball and LSU women's basketball as the week unfolds. It's warming up, guys, outside. It's spring. It feels good. Mardi Gras is in full swing in New Orleans. And as always, be good to one another. And always, 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 go Tigers.